Hey friends, welcome back to Essence of Earth. I am your hostess with the mostest, Miss Nikita, and y'all know over here, friend, we're going to talk about everything that's going to help you improve the quality of your life. We're going to get your life together, okay? So if you're interested in stuff like that, you want to go ahead and subscribe, click the notification bell, and just be my friend. Let's be friends. Y'all know I gotta sing that song every time. But anyways, friend, we talking about that sugar demon. Okay, and some of y'all are sugar crackheads. I know y'all don't like being called a crackhead, but some of y'all are sugar crackheads. Y'all are. But anyways, we're gonna break that down. Okay, I had a friend reach out to me and she was like, friend, I need something to detox from sugar. And while I understood what she meant, I just really don't think people understand or realize that your body needs glucose. Your body needs sugar. And glucose is what sugar is broken down to so that it can be used in the body. Okay, so glucose is necessary. It's your body's default choice to create energy for not only you but for your cells. Okay, your cells need it. So when someone says I don't want to eat sugar, I understand what you're saying, but you have to understand your body needs it. But the problem is, friend, is that we've been consuming the wrong kind. Your body breaks down your carbs into glucose, right? So we're talking about your fruits, your veggies, your rice, your oats, your squash, and your beans. It's going to take the carbs that's within that, the carbohydrates, and it's going to break it all the way down to glucose so that the body can feed energy to you. Now, understand this, that once you consume, the carbohydrates and it breaks it down to glucose, it's going to go 20% of the glucose is going to your brain. Your brain lives on it. Okay. So obviously when you're low on sugar, what's the first thing you get? You get hangry. You're angry. Yes. And you can understand why, because your brain requires most of it. And also, which we're going to tap into a little bit later, understanding how when we're dealing with insulin resistance, how do you think that's going to affect the brain? If you got too much sugar, how do you think that's handling or affecting your brain cells? Dementia? Alzheimer's? Parkinson's? Okay, come on, somebody. I think I preach. I will. Every Sunday. I'll show up. Okay, so we have to look at that. Like, not consuming enough affects your brain, but too much affects your brain as well. So we have to be conscious of that, right? Every single one of your cells use glucose to make energy. So you get tired, and you're like, I got to eat. Because I know, honey, sometimes I'll be about to faint if I don't eat. So you can easily see why cutting out, all of the glucose or whatever, it's just not good. That's what your body needs, right? Now, I understand you have an excess amount of weight, you're overweight, or you're trying to lose weight, and obviously cutting out the sugar is going to help you lose the weight. But let me kind of break down what's happening there, right? So what happens is, first of all, we eat way too much. What you have to understand is that the body requires energy to break down the food you eat. And it also takes time. So let's just give an example. First thing in the morning, you get up and you eat you on the way to work, and you go and you stop by McDonald's. You stop by Chick-fil-A. And some of y'all stop by the mom and pop shops and you get them big old plates of sausage, patties, grits and eggs, and all of that, all of the starches, all of the carbs. And you eat that first thing in the morning. You put that on your stomach, top of the morning. Ain't had a drink of water. but it's okay. But let's just say you go ahead and you eat that, right? You eat that. All right, so your body working on it. Your body trying to break it down. Okay, your body's trying to break everything down to the smallest macronutrient so that it can be absorbed and used in the body. But what happens? You eat that, and then guess what you go and do? You go and get a snack an hour later. A honey bun. A soda. You go and get something to eat, and your body ain't even fully digest your breakfast yet. Yes. So that's loaded on top of loaded. And then guess what happened? You eat again. Okay. Lunchtime come around. Sushi, hamburgers. Your body has to break all of this down. Your body ain't even finished with breakfast. And then guess what happened after you eat lunch? You eating again before you get off from work. You eating again. You snacking again. So your body has no time to digest anything. It's just working all day digesting food. Okay, your body is working off of energy. Okay? So if your body is spending all of this time digesting food every day because you don't take a break, not even when you getting ready to go to sleep because you snacking before you go to bed. So now when your body's supposed to be cleansing and detoxing while you sleep, it's digesting food because you won't stop eating. So now your body is overloaded with sugar. So what happens is you eat sugar, right? It goes into your blood, your cells take it in, and with the help of your pancreas, because your pancreas is excreting insulin, and insulin is the key to get the glucose inside of the cell, right? So it's like the little key, right? It says, hey, this is glucose cell. We're knocking at your door, cell. I have the key. We're coming in, and I'm bringing a friend, which is glucose. Then that cell holds on to that glucose like that. Okay. But what happens is you consume so much that these cells, the insulin is going, knocking at the door, knock, and the door shall be opened unto you unless somebody's already in there. So the body becomes overloaded with sugar, and your cells are like, listen, I can't take this. I can't take anymore. Right. And then it goes to your liver. And your liver is like this huge storage facility, right? So your liver is turning this glucose into glycogen because now it's being stored in the liver. But guess what? Those liver storages get full too. So now your liver storages are full of glucose, and they're like, hey, we ain't got no more room. Okay, we got to store this in your fat cells, which is why you get that, you get the belly, you start getting big. Okay, because your fat cells are like storage. It's like, oh, we're going to put this in the attic. And the attic is them thighs. Them thick thighs that save lives. The attic is that stomach, the little belly. Okay, is underneath those arms. That's the attic. So you got these extra storages, and we're storing this stuff. And now you're overweight. And now you're dealing with insulin resistance because doors ain't being open. So the insulin keeps knocking, and then your pancreas keeps releasing it. So you're dealing with insulin resistance, and some of you are dealing with like pancreatitis, and where your insulin is actually not being released. And so that's a different type of diabetes. But we're talking about insulin resistance, and that's the problem. That's the problem. So what happens? What do you need to do? You got to stop eating. You need to give your body time to use the glucose that it already has. So you eat breakfast. You don't eat anything else until it's time for lunch. We got to implement some intermittent fasting. And you have to ask yourself, like, where in my routine, where in my schedule, where it's manageable for me not to eat. I don't care if you have to stop eating at 8 o'clock at night, 7 o'clock at night, and go into the next afternoon. At some point, you have to stop eating. And what's also most important is that you have to stop snacking in between your meals. Okay, so let's implement that. Some different ways for you to stop eating. So some people, I don't have a problem with not eating breakfast in the morning. Like, I can go without breakfast in the morning. That's the easiest time. If I want to do intermittent fasting, I can go without eating breakfast, without eating anything for breakfast except for having some water, you know. Have a nice lunch. Right? You eat your lunch. Don't snack after you eat lunch. Don't drink that soda. Get another cup of coffee. You put in 10 packs of sugar in there. Going to McDonald's, 4 creamers, 9 sugars. No, we have to stop, and we have to be conscious eaters. We have to be aware of what we're doing. And yes, that's going to be uncomfortable in the beginning. Yes, it's going to be uncomfortable. But what isn't? You have to be intentional, and you have to be conscious about what it is that you're putting into your body and how often you're putting it into your body. Okay. So that is like one of the best ways that you can quote unquote detox from sugar. And it's just implementing some intermittent fasting. You have to do that, friend. There's no way of getting around that. So yeah, you want to eat the fruits or the foods that are encased with some fiber, that has fiber in it. So we're talking about your fruits, vegetables, your whole grains, beans, legumes, whatever works for you. Vegetables, anything that's grown from the earth. Okay, because what we have been eating are products disguised as food. Okay, no nutritional value, bring forth disease, brings forth inflammation and mucus in the body. And we have to be conscious of that and say, you know what? I desire long life for myself, and I don't want to consume this type of stuff. That's what you have to say. That is what you have to do. So yeah, you want to detox, from sugar, and that's what you can do. So that's the sugar demon detox. Right, so that's all you have to do. It's just slow down eating. But I really want us to stop giving sugar this bad reputation when the glucose isn't the problem. It's how much you're consuming and the type that you're consuming that makes it wrong. Glucose is your body's default choice for fuel. Okay, so your body needs it. Your body craves it. We've given it this bad reputation. And I low-key don't like that, right? Because I don't think God made any mistakes. And we can't be labeling sugar bad when you're the one eating the wrong kind. So let's not give sugar a bad name, because I don't think that's right. I mean, sugar is required by the body. But you have to eat the right kind. And that's on you, friend. Let's stop doing that to sugar. Okay? I'm all for justice. I hope you guys can sense that. But we actually label a lot of things in our body bad when it's actually protecting us. Even cancer, right? Your body's encasing these cancers in these potential things that can, like really harm the whole body, and it encases it in a tumor, and the body's protecting you, and we go in there and we prick it and open it up. And we call that bad. And cancer is just defective cells, but I digress. I won't go down that rabbit hole, but I hope this has been a blessing. I hope I was able to explain this to you, and hopefully you have a greater understanding of how your body needs glucose, and how you just need to choose the right type, and you need to slow down eating. And if you can do that, you're on the road to weight loss. I can guarantee it. But let's not label it bad anymore. Okay, tisk tisk. I hope this has been a blessing to you, as it is always a blessing for me to be able to bring this type of information to you. So quid pro quo, if you go ahead and just kind of subscribe, like, or even leave a comment, I'll be grateful. Any type of engagement really pushes me and keeps me motivated to keep doing this, knowing that somebody is watching or paying attention. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Let me know you're there. Let me know you're watching. But I'm grateful, and I sure hope you have a blessed week, and see you next week. Bye.